So last night I was watching Twilight. Any fans in the house? Round of applause for Twilight. Love it. Gang, gang. Well, actually, I'm sorry. I wasn't watching Twilight. I was watching the porn version, which is called Thylight. And I completely lost my shit in the first scene because Edward, played by Robert Porkinson, was leaning in slowly to bite Bella, who's played by Kristen Screwher's neck. And then she is kind of like dramatically recoiling, and then she just looks out of the corner of her eye and she says softly, "Is it in yet?" And you know, really relatable content, right? Yeah. Which then reminded me of Alan Prickman's performance in Harry Cocker alongside Throbbing Williams. Which, if you guys haven't seen it, great flick. And it's the movie that taught me, actually, that 69 is the only number that is also a verb. The more you know. That's enough of that. So, I grew up in the hood. Anybody else? Round of applause if you grew up in the hood. All right, gang, we got one person. Woo! This guy gets it. Anyway, when you grow up in that kind of environment, you see a lot of things that teach you lessons that you can't learn in school. You know, things that you can't learn in a higher institution of learning as well. For example, conflict resolution. And by that I mean, in this kind of setting, you end up sort of seeing a lot of things go down, people slinging mud at each other, and you kind of have to play almost like a referee at a sporting event. And here's what I mean. When you see it happen, you don't necessarily just jump in when people are really towing the line and getting close to crossing it. No. You just keep your finger on the pulse of the situation, you wait to see how things play out, and then when they do cross the line, because they will, all you gotta do is let out your best, most guttural, most convincing sopranos, "Oh, oh!" And that's your whistle as the ref, and then what you do is you walk over to the offender, you place your hand on his tummy, rub it. Men love that. And once you do that, now you gotta let him know what call you made. For example, it's like, "Hey man, that was fucking hysterical, but you know his mother's not a whore. So you need to apologize." Or you know, something else kind of like, "Yo!" Remember to place your hand on the tummy. It's really important. And then you gotta let him know something like, "Hey, look, I know you got a couple of laughs on that one, but his sister actually has a learning disability. So you need to take that shit back right the fuck now, okay?" Or let's say, if you really aren't feeling your gang leader's, the way he's doing it, you just step up to him and you sort of just let him know. Say something like, "Hey, mister, okay, I don't particularly appreciate your leadership style. Okay, you're not promoting synergy within this organization. And I, for one, frankly, have had enough of it." And as you can imagine, that completely backfired on me. So I got out of town, moved over to Chicago, and I did the smart thing. I moved here without a job. And so at that point, I started driving for Lyft. And that was going great for a while, until one fateful Saturday morning when my first passengers of the day was this older couple, and they seemed to be in complete crisis mode already. And they get in the back of the car, and I check the dash, and it says that the destination is the hospital. And I didn't think much of it. Then I start making conversation with the folks in the back, and they're like, "Hey, so I'm having a heart attack." And at that point, I didn't really think much of it. I was just like, "Oh shit, you better get your ass to the hospital." So I take off. It's not really sinking in yet. I get to a red light, and now it starts hitting me in waves. Now it's like, oh my God, what if this guy dies in the back of my car? Like, that'd be really inconvenient, because this is my first ride. I gotta keep working today. And then I'm like, oh shit, if he dies in the back of my car, what am I supposed to do? Do I call the authorities? No, that's probably his wife's job. Okay, well then do I call Lyft? Wait, do they even need to know about this? Okay, wait, then if he does die in the back of my car, do I drag his lifeless corpse onto the curb so I can keep working? No, his wife's supposed to help me with that. Nope, that's worse. And then the light turns green, so I take off. And at this point, I realize, oh fuck, what if this guy dies in the back of my car and he starts haunting it? just driving around later at my next passenger, and all of a sudden I hear something like, "It's a left turn at the light." Thank you guys so much. I'm Sallee, and I approve this message. Your next comic is a great friend of mine. He's fucking hysterical. Be red.